Hey guys, and no, it's been a long time since we vlogged. The last video that you guys got to see was our vlogs of our last day at Disney World. So I figured it's time for us to update you guys and give you guys some reviews on our entire trip. We have a lot to talk about. The first thing that I wanted to address was our camera issues.
Yeah.
The footage that we got was horrible, and I know. Just wanted to say that we appreciate you guys sticking with us through this, because we didn't think that camera was going to be that bad. We just kind of went on a whim and we're like, hey, we're going to try this vlogging thing, see if we like it, if this is something we want to do on our trips to Disney. And it definitely is something that we want to do. We need to hold the camera more steady when we're walking and showing you things, because, you know, I noticed it's real rocky, and I'm sure there's cameras that help you do better with that. The camera we're on right now is one of our new video cameras, and it also has night vision. So all those dark places that you've seen on our videos, you'll be able to see now. Like, for instance, when we go in the haunted house, or when we go in a dark ride. Yeah, haunted mansion, whatever. And you know, just really help us out with our camera. We actually got 2 new cameras. So this is one for video, and we have a new camera for pictures, and just an extra camera to have. It's a really nice one. So I'm excited. So the next thing that we want to get into, or did you want to say anything about our camera issues?
No, I think you pretty much covered it.
Okay. Yeah, so it's moving on. I know this will be kind of maybe a boring video to you guys, but the next thing would be where we're at right now. I just want to tell you where we are. So we are actually not at home. If you know us, we live in Indiana, and it's getting colder. It's officially fall, and so we wanted to escape somewhere, you know, with a hot tub, and just get away from reality, get away from, you know, the hassle of everyday life, and de-stress. So we actually just got a hotel room, and we were supposed to go to a restaurant called Ford's Garage. And it's,
Yeah.
It's a restaurant that we've ate at in Orlando, and we really liked. But we went there because we saw it was opened in Noblesville, but it was not. We actually got dressed up and tried to go there, and they weren't open yet. So hopefully there'll be a video coming soon if you guys are interested in seeing what's at Ford's Garage. So
Very delicious.
yeah. So this is where we are at the hotel, and we figured what better place to tell you about our Disney trip. To continue on from what we were saying, our trip as a whole, I would rate it at about
A 10.
I was going to say a 9.
Yeah, I would probably say 9 too, because there's always room for improvement on things.
Well, that, and I was just going to say, I'm going to start with why I think it's a 9, unless you want to tell us why you think it's a 10. Disney's always a 10 in our eyes. Don't think this is negativity at all. But we stayed at Caribbean Beach Resort, and we loved it. Do not get us wrong. I remember staying there as a kid, and it was magical and amazing, and it was so much bigger than I remember. It's still a huge resort. Like, you have an internal bus to get you from each little part of the resort.
Yeah,
So
that was nice.
it was nice. I would say the reason that it just wasn't what I remembered as a kid, and I'm sure that's because, you know, I've grown up and I see more things, notice more things now. I would say, too, because staying at a moderate resort, yeah, the room was more spacious, but it wasn't like what we thought it would be. It wasn't like a huge step up from value, I don't think.
I don't think that either. It's like I've told her that was my first time ever staying at Caribbean Beach. Don't get me wrong, I loved it all. how they have all the different countries that you can stay at, but I don't get the hype. I didn't get that about it.
Yeah.
So, and that's just our opinion. And so, I mean, so we're not trying to be negative about anything.
No, not at all.
With Disney, because we love Disney. It's just, this is just our own opinion about it, and other people may have some kind of different opinion about Caribbean Beach.
Yeah, and we know that we would stay there again.
Absolutely.
Probably. For the right price. I just don't know if I prefer it over a value resort per se. Like I said, yeah, you get the more spacious rooms and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it was as great as we thought it was going to be, and maybe we just hyped it up too much to where,
Yeah,
you know,
that could have been too.
I would stay there, and I would prefer to stay there if this was a week that I'm going to stay at Disney and not do parks, or not do much, not do many parks. If this was a resort, I was going to just be able to stay at and relax, and they have hammocks, they have sand, they have the pool areas, and each country has like its little secluded pool area, which is nice. They're a little bit quieter if you don't want to go to like the main pools. So I think, that's why I say it was a 9. Like I said, I'm not saying anything negative about it, but I'm just saying like our preference, like we probably would have liked one of the All-Stars.
Yeah, and
just as fine with paying a lower price.
Exactly.
But that's how we are. Like, we did, like, days straight of parks, and we only slept and showered there.
Yep.
So, and most of the time, like, I don't even think we ate breakfast one time at our resort.
No, I don't think we did either.
No.
And normally when we stay at the All-Stars, we always get up and go eat breakfast. So I don't know. I mean, it's just our opinion, guys. We don't, like we said, we're not saying anything negative about Caribbean Beach or nothing. It's just our own opinion.
We did like, and I don't remember if this is in the value resorts, but we did like the fact that our room had a coffee maker in it with 2 little, it's almost like a Keurig thing.
No, that was in Caribbean Beach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what we liked about it.
Oh, yeah.
So, it had like 2 little cup things for your coffee, and we could both brew our coffee right there because we were in Aruba, and I don't know if you guys know where that is in Caribbean Beach, but it's kind of far from, it's not the farthest, but it's kind of far from the main lobby where you go refill your mugs and everything like that. So it was nice if we had to get on the bus at like before 6 o'clock in the morning to brew our coffee and just walk to the bus stop with our coffee. That was really nice. So, tip, if you don't like just regular creamer that they put in your room, there is French vanilla creamer at the main marketplace.
Yes.
So, anything else you want to say about Caribbean Beach?
I don't have anything.
The one thing I did want to say is we did eat at Sea Glass, and that is a quick service at Caribbean Beach. It's over in the Trinidad area, and I know we didn't film it, but I just wanted to say it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was.
I would probably prefer that quick service over the main lobby area quick service. When we went, it was very quiet. There was hardly anybody over there. It was almost if, like, not a lot of people knew about that place.
Yeah.
At sunset, we actually ate, and we got a great view of the sunset over the little, is it like a lake or a pond or a river there?
It's the big pond.
Yeah. Okay, so, it was really nice. It was really pretty, so.
Yeah, that was one of the nice things that they did have there, where they allowed you to go sit for the sunsets or even the sunrises if you wanted to see those. And one thing I did want to mention too, when the hurricane was coming in, there at the main market in Old Port Royal, they were actually getting the sack lunches ready for people in case they had to stay inside and eat.
Yes. Which I think we told you in one of our earlier videos while we were staying there, but I can't remember if we did or not, but they were preparing the sack lunches for everybody in case we lost power, which fortunately we didn't lose power. But we can move on to the hurricane portion of this. So, staying at Caribbean Beach, I mean, and just being in Disney World, the only thing we really got was just a little bit of rain. Yep. And it was windier than normal. Like, I've never seen, like, been in Disney or Florida unless you're by the beach when it's windy.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, walking through Epcot and just seeing, like, the palm trees, and you could hear, like, the leaves and the branches and everything. And that's not something that I would normally hear on a regular trip. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is the hurricane winds that are coming. So, like you've seen in our videos, we definitely lucked out on this trip.
We got, and the only time it ever rained was on Wednesday, our last trip, our last park day, when we were going to eat at Be Our Guest in the morning. That's the only time we ran into rain.
And as you saw in our last video, when we went to eat at Be Our Guest, there were absolutely no crowds whatsoever.
No crowds.
Like, the area between Beast Castle and Ariel's, what's her ride called?
Under the Sea.
Yeah, Under the Sea. Between there and there, I mean, I have a picture of nobody in the park at all. And it was just amazing. And we actually didn't even eat before park hours opened.
Nope.
We were there just generally, you know, it was cloudy, like I said, rainy. We wore our ponchos to breakfast that morning. And then the clouds kind of moved away. The hurricane was kind of moving up the coast, and it cleared out. And I would say about 2 o'clock is when the crowd started rolling in.
Yeah.
Because people were finding out, okay, coast is clear. We can go to the parks now. And so, I mean, just during that day, the crowds were filling up.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for a better trip.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a ghost town. Disney was like a ghost town. Like, we were getting on rides and riding them over and over. And we were exhausted midday. We went back to the room because we were tired.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not used to getting on and getting on and getting on. We're, at least you get a little break when you're waiting in the lines.
Yep.
But it was exhausting. And how many miles did we walk that week? Which I know you walk a lot of miles in Disney, but
it had to be at least 20 to 30 miles.
Yeah, it was.
If not more.
Almost 10 miles a day. Almost.
So yeah, so that'd been almost 40.
For park days, yeah. So, but our last day we did not film. We just kind of wanted to relax, and also we were having camera issues and things like that. So we ended up going to Boma for breakfast, and we ate breakfast at about 10 because we slept in a little bit because we needed to catch up on our sleep from the week because we woke up at almost 6 a.m. or before on almost every day.
Yeah.
So, we found out that we last longer during a park day if we go back to the room and just chill. You don't even have to sleep, just chill for like an hour or two, or maybe a little longer.
Yeah, catch your bearings.
Yeah, and then go back at night because we can last the entire day like that. But yeah. Anything else you want to say about the hurricane or trip in general, or?
I don't have it. I mean, I loved it. I loved every single thing about it.
Yeah.
One thing I would recommend though, if you're going during when crowds are gonna be low like that, is maybe like what we're thinking about doing is do a park, then take a day off, and then do a park.
So, we have planned our second upcoming Disney trip because we already have a first one. But we're not gonna expose those dates yet. We're gonna kind of, let it be a surprise.
Yeah.
So, this kind of trip too that we've planned for our second trip will be a totally different trip for us, and you'll find out why in upcoming videos when we talk about it. We are going on a trip in January, which I know we've announced, and it's actually my birthday trip. I've always wanted to go just for my birthday, so we're actually not staying on property for this trip. We will be staying at an off-site resort in my grandparents' timeshare. So we're going to be filming our entire vacation of that, and it's only going to be a 4-day vacation, so kind of like a longer weekend vacation, only because we really need a break from winter, and we don't want to use all our vacation days up. So we're saving our vacation days for the big trip coming when we go for a second Disney trip.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah. So we're going to try to do more than one park in January. And if we do, it'll be Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. But if we don't get to do 2 parks, just time-wise, then we'll probably just do Magic Kingdom, just because I think it has the most that we can do, and our grandparents are going, so, we know they can ride most of the rides there, mostly family rides.
Yep.
So, I just wanted to give you guys a visual on where we were at, because I know we haven't vlogged in a long time, and yes, I got my hair cut, if you didn't see.
So did I, guys. You can see it.
So, we're just we've created a plan, a 5-year goal plan, and, that's something that we can explain to you guys later, and, we really want to get out of the cold winters. I know Adam doesn't mind it as much as I do, but we feel like to be successful and really just be happy where we want to be doing us, which we don't get to do us very often. I feel like the only time we do us is our Disney vacations, or something like this where, we had the idea just to get away from reality. I don't care if it's staying in a hotel, not even an hour away from your norm. Just get away, reflect, regroup, and refresh, because you have to have that, and especially in Indiana when there's really not much to do, especially when it's getting cold out. So, yeah, we're just here taking a breather, and we just thought what better time to talk to you guys about our favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
So, if you're still with us watching this video, thank you, and we hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.